Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Damn, my head look crazy now. Good morning. To anybody that's in here early on time, also anybody that's going to replay this show today, two turn as always here bright and early. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Shaggy, as always, here bright and early. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hold on. I usually play music for like the first 5 to 10 minutes. I've been on I've been on I've been on no cap this morning. I've been on no cap this morning. But the problem is when I play music through my speakers on YouTube, that joint be sounding low, I feel like. So I want to play two songs of that his I've recently played, and then we're gonna go ahead and rock. I might go browser with it. Let me know if y'all can hear the music through the browser when I go browser out. And welcome everybody that's in here. Welcome everybody that's in here. Welcome to everybody that's in here. If I do this, can y'all hear the music when I play? Hold on. Okay. Why you not playing, Mo? Look at me trying to be different. Look at me trying to be different. All right, never mind, bro. Let me just connect my phone. They being difficult, bro. They being difficult, bro. Somebody be honest though. Let me know if it sounds low. Like if it's low, let me know.
Now connected to iPhone.
Cause I feel like it be low. Sometimes I'll be watching the YouTube video back, and I feel like it be low, bro. Let me know if it's low.
Don't ask me then, girl, we trapping on another plane. I take you across the world, I hope you forget everything. Yeah.
It's not low, bet. Okay, bet.
Yeah. I'm a soul.
Andrew, what's good?
Don't know why you wanna die so. Not on the same planet I've been moving up. Aliens trying to ban me from true, but I'm a glow if they hit the lights in this club. I'm a glow if they hit the lights in this club. Shit, I'm on a nigga when they put my hood on flex. 10 bad bitches trying to take one hit. I came to have a good time, ain't worried about this shit tonight. UFO and crank up, I had to take the jet tonight. Running my sheets, money don't come in usually. This party free, but you can't come in if you ain't get no drugs. When I first had met you, you had told me you don't change. Then I had walked in and seen you swimming in champagne. I wanna put your ex in the box, but now I respect the game. You wanna tell me that I'm great, but you protecting your pride. They say it's easier to lose when it's a lot on your mind.
They say it's easier to lose when it's a lot on your mind.
I can take my whole environment and put them in line. It's kind of easier to tell you that I'm one of a kind. If everyone in is shooting, it's hard to choose. If everyone in is shooting, it's hard to choose. If everyone in is shooting, it's hard to choose. I know whatever you cover me.
John, what's good, John? My bad, y'all. My bad. John was good. Chan was good.
Check the motor, nigga. Went and put my hood on flex. 10 bad bitches tryna take one X. I can't have a good time and worry about this sex tonight. UFO and crank up. I had to take this jet tonight. Running my sheets. Money don't come if you sleep. Oh. It's party free, but you can't come in if you ain't eat on drugs. I'm a glove, they hit the lights in this club. I'm a glove, they hit the lights in this club. When I first had met you, you had told me you don't drink. Then I had walked in and seen you swimming in champagne. I wanna put your ex in the box, but now I respect your game. We fell in love, young and innocent.
Do you remember?
All began, it just seemed like it, and so I did. Do you remember back against the wall? Again, do you remember us holding hands? Each other, because I can stand.
Do you remember the time? La, la, la. First met girl. La, la, la.
How we used to talk, no, we stay on the phone at night till dawn. You remember all the things we said. I love you so I'll never let you go. Do you remember back in the spring? Remember words to say. Do you remember those special times? Go on and on. That time we
The music is muffled. Thank you, John. B Young, what's good, bro? Everybody that's in here, good morning. This is the last song, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button for me. Hit that thumbs up button for me. Why my phone keep doing this? Black, what's good, Black? My phone be tripping, Mo. Good morning. Good morning to every single body that's in here. Welcome back to another daily facts and stats show. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. No real set time on most days. Today is a set time. I am going to stop playing actual copyrighted songs in the beginning of the show. I wasn't even supposed to do that. But either way, good morning to everybody that's here. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling blessed. Today feel like a Friday, but it's Thursday. So either way, I appreciate everybody that's in here. Obviously got some basketball to talk about. We got some playoff series to continue to preview, and we got some questions to ask ourselves. Where do certain teams go from here? The Bulls and the Kings, to be exact. So we'll bring that up later on throughout the show as well. If you are here on time, this is technically on time. If you here by 11:10, you good in my book. 11:15, you good in my book. Because most people know that music be played for like the first 5 to 10 minutes. I am trying to cut back on that a little bit. I'm gonna be playing some like random beats or something like that. But if you are in here, first and foremost, do not forget to hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button. Helps the algorithm out for anybody that's surfing on YouTube to come across Facts and Stats. Still can't believe it. Yesterday, eclipsed 1,000 subscribers. So fully monetized, fully blessed, fully thankful, fully grateful, and just enjoying the journey. So make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button on this video. Also make sure y'all comment throughout the show today. I read every single comment for the most part. I read every single comment for the most part. Also, I would love for you all to share this show out with one person today. If you share it out with one person, I'm pretty sure they're more likely to be willing to come back another day to come in and talk sports, or whether they talk in the chat, that's fine as well. Also, if you are not subscribed, make sure you all hit that subscribe button as well. Fact that that's a great platform. Yes, sir, John. I appreciate that, John. That's real. Fact and Stats is a new, not new, I said new. Fact and Stats is a platform that allows anybody to come on the stage and speak their mind. Speaking of that, new apparel is definitely on the way with the slogan "Speak Your Mind" included on the shirt. Before I get to that, if you are not a member, there's a lot of members in here. If you are not a member, I would love for you all to become a member. That's just extending your support for the platform. How can you become a member? The link is in the description on this video. It's 3 different levels you can join as. They all have different customized perks and all have different abilities or ability to send emotes into the chat. And you all get the Fact and Stats logo next to your name, which means a lot to me. Just come in here, drop the Fact and Stats logo. That's like saying good morning. So that's that. Also, you can send super chats and super stickers at any time. Shout out to Two Turn. Two Turn blessed the room with $50 yesterday. Two Turn blessed the platform with $50. That's real. So anybody, you can feel free to any super chats and super stickers at any time. The amount don't matter to me. I'll be grateful regardless, whether it's $2, whether it's $7, whether it's $10. Also, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok is all at Fact and Stats _. This morning I was working on some clips, so you could continue to expect me to post clips to those 3 platforms. Also, I always tweet out where the show will be held in the morning before the show, for the most part. So following Fact and Stats is important on Twitter. And also, Space is going to be returning. Space is going to be returning. I'm thinking this Saturday morning, actually, there'll be a Space. I didn't schedule it yet. But this Saturday morning, whether it's 11 a.m. or 12 p.m., either or, it's going to be a Space, getting people to come in there, talking about the games and what they're looking forward to. Some of the similar things that we did in playback are doing in playback this week. So at Fact and Stats _. Also, reminder, today at 6 p.m., we'll be doing our own live NFL mock draft for all 32 teams up to 4 rounds on playback. This to anybody. If you want to represent the Broncos, Packers, Colts, Raiders, Jaguars, Chargers, Dolphins, or Seahawks for the draft, please feel free to message me. I'm going to also attach the playback room below for the draft. So that is what to look forward to in today inside of playback. And also as far as the show today, we're going to be obviously talking about the Heat and Bulls game. I'll be obviously talking about the Mavs and Kings game. And then later on, we'll be doing a Bucks and Pacers preview, Clippers and Nuggets for a preview, and Pistons and Knicks for a preview. And that's what the show will look like today. And then tomorrow, we'll have the Lakers, whoever OKC play, whoever Cavs play, to wrap up the full series previews for these playoff matchups that's starting this weekend. I can't wait, man. I truly can't wait, man. I truly can't wait. Oh, snap. Be Young. Woo! Shout out to my dog B Young, man. It's a real one, man. Shout out to my dog B Young, man. They said B Young, let's celebrate their first super on a live stream. That is B Young first time going to a live stream and sending a super sticker. Shout out to B Young gang. That really mean a lot. That probably don't mean nothing to nobody else, but it mean a lot to me. That's $10. Let's go. I appreciate that gang on some real shit. That mean a lot, Birdie. No funny. So yeah, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, all at Fact and Stats _. Make sure you all tap in. Make sure you all check that out. Also, the next biggest / most important thing is playback. For anybody that don't know, playback.tv /Facts and Stats is where we watch live NBA games at every single night. And it's not just NBA. It was college basketball when it was around. It's baseball currently, occasionally, I'll say baseball. Also, it's WNBA. WNBA season starts literally in 2 weeks. I'm geeking. It starts in 2 weeks. So make sure you all pull up for the draft today at 6. And then you maybe probably see a baseball game in or at nighttime. There's one baseball game tonight after the draft, probably. And then also I already have the game scheduled for tomorrow that we're going to be watching, which is the Heat versus the Hawks at 7. And then the Mavs versus the Grizzlies at 9:30. And I also scheduled the Bucks and Pacers game at 1 o'clock as well. So yeah, make sure y'all pull up, join the Fact and Stats Playback Room. It's an app you can download. It costs $0 to join. Yeah, sign up and join the room. It's just like YouTube. I have my camera on. I host a show there sometimes as well. And we watch live NBA games or live games, period. And also on Friday, that you see right here, on Friday, the show is live. The show is live on Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So on Fridays, I always start on playback. This Friday, I might not even start on YouTube. I might not even do YouTube because it's going to be the little R&B music thing. For anybody that don't know, a young lady inside of Fact and Stats is want to give away, I think, can't remember, $20 or $25 to whoever. It's like a little mini R&B versus. You come in there and you play your best R&B songs. I am the lone judge. I'm the lone judge. Whatever song I feel the most, no favoritism. Whatever song I feel the most, I will advance the person to the next round, and the final round. And I will be starting literally immediately, like 11:10, 11:15, 11:30. So 11:30 the latest. I think 2 weeks ago I did it. It was random. I felt like blessing somebody. Bethany won. Last week, Jordan Woods, random. He felt like blessing somebody. Shaggy won. And now we have it again tomorrow, R&B Friday. Somebody's willing to give away $20 to whoever wins to do whatever with it. More so lunch, whatever the case may be. Be Young again. Thank you so much, brother. That truly mean a lot. I'm going to let that drink just sit on the screen, gang, because you're a real one for that. Risha, hello. Buenos dias. Good morning. Next, make sure you all stay tuned for Fact and Stats of Pearl related things. I finally have a new design, bro. I've been in communication with a designer for a couple of weeks, and I feel like I finally got something that I like. Personally, I feel like I finally got something that I like personally. So that'll be for new shirts and shorts. So you all stay tuned for that. Be patient. Definitely by within the first week of May, if not before the end of April, it'll be a new drop as well. So yeah, factandstats.us. If anybody want to join the Fact and Stats Gambling Discord, the link is on this page as well. You'll always see BJ posting plays. You'll probably see some other people in there posting plays. And you'll probably see myself posting plays. So that's that, man. That's that. We're going to get into it with the Who Sold Your Parlay. If anybody got sold last night, feel free to drop it in the chat. If anybody got sold last night on any parlay, straight bet parlay, whatever it was, drop it in the chat. 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 Drop it in the chat before we get to the player of the days. Well, my phone be tripping, Mo. Before we get to the player of the days. Anybody got sold last night? Anybody got sold last night? Anybody got sold last night? I don't think anybody got. I'm not seeing. She said his full name. I'm not. Oh, Spencer Dinwiddie. They did you dirty though. Lawrence, I ain't gonna lie. They did you dirty. I don't like stuff like that, bro. Like, you can't put up Spencer Dinwiddie props and everybody betting on Spencer Dinwiddie, and then he don't play until the last 2-3 minutes of the game, and then they can't even void that out. Like that's so dirty. Like that's so dirty. Like I know he played established. That's just so dirty though. Like if I bet on Dinwiddie last night and that was my only leg, I would be pissed. I'll be literally pissed. Like literally, bro. Literally. Hold on. Trying to send you this photo's not working. Brandon Williams better. Yeah, man, they rock with Brandon Williams. Brandon Williams tough. I had Brandon Williams on my fantasy team the last month. Brandon Williams cool. Herro 2 points short. You had him for 40. Was that a live bet or a pregame bet? Was that a live game or pregame bet? Milo, be quiet. Be quiet, Milo. Be quiet. Be quiet. He's talking some bark for dog. Hold on, let me check the Discord. Milo. Let's see what B Young talking about. I said B Young. Let's see what Established talking about. My bad, y'all. Oh my god, bro. Established had a free 120, bro. Like, oh my god, bro. Established had a free 120, bro. Established had a free 120, bro. And then he did a good RA 8. That's a good RA. 8 on the RA, that's really good. This is crazy, bro. He played like 3 minutes. I don't know the exact. I think he played like 3 minutes or something like that. This is terrible, bro. This is legit terrible. I'll be pissed. Personally. Herro Soldier live bet, that's terrible too. That's terrible too. But speaking of Tyler Herro, he played a minute and 45 seconds. Speaking of Tyler Herro, that is my player of the day. Feel free to drop player of the day across all sport, whether it's NBA, whether it was baseball, whatever it was. Feel free to drop whoever you believe is the player of the day. Obviously, mine was Tyler Herro. Hell of a performance he put on last night. From start to finish, hell of a performance. He was 13 for 19. If you ask me with all due respect, he probably only shot like 1 or 2 shots he should have missed. I don't know if that makes sense, but he probably only shot like 1 or 2 shots he should have missed. The rest should have went in, to be honest. And I think one of them was like a bad shot. So he really could only miss like 3 shots this whole entire game. He had 38 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and was 9% for the free throw line. So that's my player today. Anybody got any other player today for any sport? Milo, come here. Come here. Anybody got any other player of the days for any other sport? Milo, come here. Or everybody just rocking with Tyler Herro tonight. Today. Man, don't listen, bro. I swear that man don't listen. All right. Nobody gonna drop nothing else. We're gonna get to a quote-unquote recap. Again, quote-unquote recap. I'm gonna pass it to 1110 to kick it off. 1110 up here is another. She is a Heat fan. Last night, she did predict us to win the game. The Miami Heat got the win 109-90 on the road. Got swept by the Bulls this season 3-0. And was able to come back last night and get the win. Q Sims, what's good? Joe, what's good? 80, what's good, B Young? Good shout out. 1110, what were your thoughts on this game last night? Anything that you want to particularly say about it?
Good morning, Ev. Well, they came out locked in. I think when I previewed the game, I said, Spo would have 3-4 days to game plan for these guys. And you can just tell that the team was prepared. All the concerns or worries that I had going into this game, they addressed it. Like, the Bulls weren't really able to get out in transition. We stopped their dribble penetration, for the majority of the game. And Tyler Herro was sensational in the first half. He had a perfect first half. 23 points, I think it was, in the first half. and he didn't miss a shot. He was complete control of the game, getting to whatever he wanted to, um, and he was playing at his own speed.
Name some
Nobody was really
iPhone.
bothering him. So that was a hell of a performance from Tyler. And whoever live bit his 40, it was the rest who sold his 40. Man, that three they took away from him, man, tough, bro. But defensively, we were locked in. We put Bam on Giddy, and the Bulls didn't really know what to do offensively in the first half. Wiggins was really good defensively. He didn't really shoot efficiently. Him and Bam didn't really shoot efficiently, but defensively, man, they were really, really good yesterday. And Davion, once again, like he's just been such a pleasure to watch on the Heat this year. 5 for 5, 15 and 9 off of the bench. He's just such a great role player, and he's exactly what the Heat needed. So big ups to Davion and what he's been able to consistently provide off the bench is spectacular. So the guys really locked in defensively. Herro did whatever he wanted, and that was it. Like Kobe White didn't have a good night. Part of that was Davion Mitchell was hounding him all night. And Modest, I really like Modest on the Bulls. He's really nice. So we'll see what they continue to do with him, next year and development wise. But um, the Heat looked prepared, and the Bulls didn't really look prepared. So that's what it came down to, I think.
Yeah. I mean, cool. We won the game. I enjoyed the game. For the most part, obviously, because Tyler Hero was like 11-10 just said was getting whatever he wanted. I mean, getting to the basket, finishing with either hand, got to a spot in the mid range area, and his floater that he been developing over the last 2 years was going there, and ultimately his 3-point shot was dropping. So I think he didn't even miss a shot in the first half. I think he was 7 for 7, if I'm not mistaken. So we seen an all around Tyler Hill performance. I feel like he dominated the game, particularly in the first half and pretty much all throughout the game. With his scoring gravity slash playmaking, you only will see 4 assists on the screen here, but that's because they started double team at the half court line or also trapped him on the screen. So impact wise, it was for sure felt from the Chicago Bulls and everything that Tyler Hill did. Bam, I wasn't too mad at Bam performance. I just wish he shot the ball better. Granted, he was 1 for 5 from 3, so I'm not too mad at that. That's what 5 for 11 from the field or 5 for 12 from the field. But either way, I wish he could have knocked down some more shots. Andrew Wiggins, he had a cool scoring output. Knocked down 4 out of 9 threes. That's what I would like to see from him. In a game where he at least shot 8 for 20, so I was cool with that. She already gave Davion a prop that needed to be propped up. Outside of that, man, I feel like we have a really good. Like I said yesterday, I feel like we were the better team, but I felt like they owned us this season because of the defensive things. And 11-10 shot of the team defense. I think the defense was locked in last night, especially team wise. I made sure I voiced that yesterday. And the Tyler Herro wasn't a slouch on that end as well. He did have 7 turnovers overall, but either way, really dominant performance from him. Really good game for him. One of the better first half that I've seen from a player in a Miami Heat uniform this whole entire season. On the Chicago side, shots wasn't falling. I think Kobe White struggled. Yeah, Kobe White was 5 for 20. Shots wasn't falling. The shots wasn't falling. If Kobe's going out there shooting 5 for 20, 3 for 12 from the floor, it's going to be hard for him to have much success, And I
I
think we
even
played
Peak had
good.
7 turnovers too.
Oh,
It
damn.
was real
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. I didn't even be at 7 turnovers either. So, yeah, man, they didn't shoot well. They shot 39% from the field, 27% from 3, while we shot 49% from the field, 37% from 3. That's pretty much the game right there. If you want me to be completely honest with you, we knocked down shots, we played defense, and then we had a guy like Tyler Herro leading the way. And they outside of them, they really have anybody that put on a special performance or really, really good performance on the offensive end. And Giddy wasn't able to control the game. He only had 4 assists last night. So that was a big thing for us as well. We slowed him down in that aspect, although he did still score 25 points. So good win for the Heat. They move on to play the Hawks on Friday. The loser does not make the playoffs, obviously. And then the winner obviously moves on to play the Cleveland Cavaliers. So that's pretty much all I got to say about it. Tween or Low, y'all want to add anything to the Heat and Bulls game?
Man, I think y'all said everything, honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a bean. This game was on and playback, bro, but we was in that joint talking about everything but while this game was on, bro. Like I didn't really, I couldn't really get a good assessment on the game for. I did see that Kobe White was struggling though. I seen him miss a couple easy shots. Um, I saw Giddy was able to. I saw a couple times Giddy was able to get that mismatch. That well, I ain't gonna say a mismatch, but he got that matchup he wanted with Hero or maybe a smaller guy, and he was able to punish that a couple times. But I didn't really see nothing crazy.
Yeah, high life. You probably everybody is seeing ads is expected. By the way, um, fully monetized at 1,000+ subscribers. So seeing ads is probably
Hey, I was
expected.
about to say that too, Ev.
Yeah,
But when I came in, you were talking. I didn't want to interrupt you, man. Shout out my man, Ev. He got them sponsor ads.
Yeah, I seen him.
Yes,
And I'm like,
sir.
yo, what the
Hey,
fuck?
listen, y'all.
yeah.
I know y'all want to skip those ads, but if you're not doing nothing, just watch the full ad. That is how Ev. I mean, you get a little extra sun. You feel me? Watch the
Yeah.
full ad. If you don't got nothing else going on, you ain't geeking to hear what Ev got to say. You can wait 30 seconds, bro. Go ahead and watch the full ad.
And I'm not spamming y'all with ads. And by the way, YouTube is rolling it. I'm not. It's not scheduled on my part. I'm not clicking no button and making it roll. YouTube is doing that, and it's just basic standard ads. That's all. Just want to throw that out there. Um. So yeah, 1,000. I'm fully monetized. Appreciate y'all, man. I couldn't do it without y'all support. Couldn't do it without y'all support. Honestly, it's a blessing to be honest. And again, if you're in here, you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Uh, what I was about to say. Uh, yeah. Let me see if Shaq got anything to add, and we'll probably move to the next game. I don't think Shaq, you got anything to add about the Heat and Bulls, bro? I know what it was a little bit.
Nah.
All right, that's a bet. Next, and we'll probably be a little quick today because I got to record on somebody's podcast at 4 o'clock. To be
Wait, quick
honest,
question, Ed. So y'all, so what's y'all first round matchup now? Is y'all got seven seed, right?
we got the Hawks. We got the Hawks on Friday. Whoever
Oh,
win get
y'all,
the eighth
I'm
seed.
burnt. I'm burnt. I'm talking like y'all lost. I mean, like y'all won. My fault, bro. I ain't gonna hold it. So y'all got to play
No,
for the eighth
you
seed.
good,
Would
brother?
you rather? I mean, I'm pretty sure I know your stance. I thought you've been saying, feel like you've been saying for a while now. You would rather just not make the playoffs at all.
Yeah, but that's sort of kind of I shifted to 50-50 because again, when you're pick 11 through 14 and you do the lottery, you typically stay at that pick. Like wherever you're projected to pick between that range, you'll stay at that pick. You don't see much shuffling for teams that low in the lottery. Now you'll see a shuffle, somebody go from 8 projected to 5th, or 5th to 2nd, or 2nd to 3rd, 4th, whatever the case may be. So for me, I feel like Jeremiah Fears is a top 10 pick. So at that point, I'm 50-50 because if we win, we make the playoffs, cool. I'm enjoy playoff basketball with Herro, Bam, Weird, etc. If we lose, we keep our first round pick, and it'll be a top 12 pick for most part. I'll be thankful for whoever we draft, and that's a young asset to the build of Herro, Jovic, Weird, Bam. So it's a win-win in my eyes. Honestly, it's a win-win in my eyes. It don't really matter. I know majority Heat fans though did want us to lose yesterday, including myself, and majority Heat fans probably, I don't know how they feel now, but yeah, majority Heat fans you saw on Heat Twitter yesterday, we all wanted to lose that game yesterday. So for the most part. So I don't know. 11-10, what's your update though? I don't know her updated stance.
Whatever happens, happens, brother. But us winning this game, I don't think it really uh, hurts our
It don't do
draft
nothing.
position. So
Yeah, yeah,
obviously, if we lose the Hawks, like people still gonna get what they want. People are freaking out about us beating the
exactly.
Bulls, but if we lose to the Hawks, like it doesn't hurt us in terms of lottery positioning or whatever, since we won against the Bulls. So
Yep. So if I had to give you an answer, look, my stance is still lose on Friday. But I thought we were better than the Bulls yesterday, and honestly, with all due respect, I think we're better than the Hawks too. So we'll probably win tomorrow as well. So it is what it is. I'll be gearing up to face the Cavs. I think we can get a game or two to be honest. So we'll see. We'll see. Game 2 of last night. Before we do a quick shift, again, I have to record on somebody's platform at 4 o'clock. So I'm gonna speed. I know how that full preview stuff probably can go. So I'm gonna speed up a little bit. Kid, what's good with you? We had the Mavs versus the Kings last night. It's so unfortunate, bro, because both playing games. I still have player today for on the bottom of the screen. Both playing games so terrible last night, bro. It was to the point where people were saying on Twitter that the 9 and 10 game need to go. How y'all feel about the 9 and 10 game?
I'm cool with like, bro. I'm with that, bro. Cause that shit's, bro. I've been saying that for like a week or two now, bro. Like, especially in the West, I can't really, I don't really care about too much about the East. Well, the East shit is bad too, but the West, for specifically this year, bro. Like, bro, 38 wins, bro. You don't deserve a shot, bro. I'm sorry. Like, just go ahead and like this shit bad works, bro. Even, okay, I'll bring the East into it too. The East, what's it called? Playing game. What was it, like 39? It was like 39 wins, 38 wins. Like, bro, just like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing, bro? Let that shit go. See you next year.
Yeah, get rid of the
I,
play, bro.
I wouldn't say fully get rid of the plan. Well, wait.
But what? Tell
Actually,
me why. Tell me why. Please tell me
no,
why.
wait, no. Hold on. I take that back. High life, but high life. Hold on. High
I
life.
don't
Just
agree with
saying. Just
highlight.
let's. You said you agree with high life.
No, I don't.
Okay. I was about to say high life, but what's the point of letting 7 and 8 fight it out? That's the same. Like, why not just have at that point? You might as well take away the
Yeah,
plan.
you gotta get rid of the whole plan, bro.
Yeah, at that
That
point.
shit, that shit don't really make sense, bro. Like niggas fought for their seed all year, and they in a one, and they end up in a one. What's it called? A winner go home game for the seventh, eighth seed, and if they lose that, well, not that's not winner go home, but the ninth, tenth, that's winner go home. And once you play one of them niggas, like that shit don't make no sense.
Yeah.
They got it in there because they want to deter tanking. That's why. And it also brings the league
Mm,
money.
Yeah,
It's both of
listen.
those
Can
things.
you hear me?
yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah,
Yeah. All I was saying was basically 9 and 10 anyway. Like, I don't think they should have any chance of trying to get into the play-in. If they still want to make it a little thing and add some, thing to it, then basically what I'm saying is if all right, cool, 7 and 8 play each other, and then they decide which one gets 7 and which one gets 8. If they want to do 2 games, or no, actually 2 games is too much. If they want to do 1 game to determine it, fine. If not, then I guess get rid of the playing entirely. But we know that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mm.
I think what they should do is what they did in the bubble is that they activated the plan um,
With it,
when teams were like a certain amount of wins away or losses away from each other. I don't think
yeah,
it needs to be an every year thing. Because, like, for instance, right, if Dallas was healthy, right, 7 through 9 probably would have been closer, 7 through 10, whatever. Might have been closer where 9-10 isn't like a, wide as a gap as 7 and 8 in terms of record. So maybe then, but to activate it every year regardless, you know, I don't think they need to do that, but it makes money. The league make money off of this shit, so I don't think it changes for real.
what was the rule with it before? Was it like if you're like 2 or 3 games back or some shit?
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
I mean, if they do it like that, like say for example, 7 and 8 have their records are, I don't know, uh, let's say 2 or 3 games, then you can have a game to sort it out. But if not, the 9-10 shit is dire, bro. It is dire. Like, I knew yesterday I wasn't watching any of those games, but at the same time, you know how it goes. They got your league pass money anyway, so they're good either way. You feel me?
9-10 last year was Warriors Kings, right?
worse to make it worse, I like them games wasn't even on league pass.
Well, oh yeah, they're on T. Oh yeah, for me they're on league pass. For you, they're on TV. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, nice dire, man. It's terrible.
Z from, are you saying make it 1-8 and take away the plan? And I like what 11-10 said, by the way. I had
How you feel about removing the conferences, F?
They're not gonna do that, man.
a
Not like totally, but I'm talking about for play for the playoff format. Make it just
1 through 16.
yeah 1 through 16.
That would be crazy. But people, and the thing is, travel wouldn't even be that wild because you know where you're going.
I feel
Yeah,
like
It
I feel
would be
like
wild.
something.
The travel would be wild.
nah, because you just got to schedule the games properly.
For instance, if the Kings made it to like they were the last seed or whatever, right, and the Cavs are the 1 seed or whatever, you got to fly from Cleveland to Sacramento, both back. They're not doing that. The travel is too crazy.
Also, I feel like that'll mess
But
up what is big in sports, like or the major sports that we know, NBA, NFL. and that's conferences. That's East versus West, NFC versus AFC. So like
Exactly.
at that point, it would just kill it all. You know what I'm saying? Like that, and that's one of the biggest things about the championships. Like, who's gonna come out the East and win it? Who's gonna come out the West and win it? Who's gonna come from the NFC and win it? Who's gonna come and represent the AFC? So I feel like that'll just take it away, and that'll mess it up. That mess up a lot of things personally.
I get it, and obviously I'm talking from a completely different point of view because we don't have that in our European sports. But it's like no one really respects. Like, okay, no one cared that Dallas was the Western Conference champions last year. They got to the finals and they lost. That's how people view it. They're not sitting there saying, "Oh, well, we were Western Conference champions." Like, no one gives a heck. They care about the championship, the finals. So, like, from
No,
that point of view, I
no,
think
not necessarily true because they sell shirts and hats and things like that when people make the Western Conference Finals or Eastern Conference Finals. Like they sell them shirts, they sell them to fans, the people that want to buy them. So
yeah,
I wouldn't just say they don't care because that also makes the money, like 1110 said.
And
Yeah,
they put up
it's
banners for
also a
that.
marketing thing.
Also.
There's a reason why there's still divisions, and I don't know if they still sell the Atlantic Division shirts or whatever, but that's why divisions are still a thing. Conferences are still a thing. They need brand money. They need Fanatics money. So I don't see, because it would be weird if a All American sport gave a Final Four, or excuse me, a conference away. All the four have it. So it would be weird if the NBA said, we're going to get rid of conferences. So. Yeah, I don't think in American sports, I don't think we'll ever see conferences get rid of. So,
Yeah.
Like from your perspective, how like with soccer, right? You have your league, right? You win your league.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the conferences until you go to the big dance, which is Champions League sort of thing. So
yeah, but the thing is, the people kind of the Champions League doesn't have a completely like equal weighting as the Premier League, but it is highly prestigious because of the fact that you're playing against other teams in Europe. But people always respect people who win their league because they've played 38 games and they're at the top of the table, being finishing ahead of all 20 teams. But obviously, you're right. I mean, there is some allure to winning the Champions League, but the waiting, I wouldn't really know how to describe it because there are times where you get a team that finishes 5th or 6th in the Premier League, but then wins the Champions League that year. So it's like, it's a knockout competition. So at the end of the day, if you get lucky and you get favorable draws, you can win. But again, with Champions League, you get a lot of money if you qualify for it. So that's the incentive for it also. So a lot of teams are happy if you finish in the top 4, you get into the Champions League. So a lot of teams are happy with just finishing top 4 every year because they'll make a lot of money that way, and they'll be able to attract players that they previously wouldn't have been able to attract because of the fact that they play in Europe. So from an English perspective, they still respect the Premier League, but the Champions League is up there highly as well, though.
I think that's what they're trying to make the NBA Cup is FA Cup Champions League type deal, because that's an in-season tournament that has some value. It has money value, obviously, to it, but it also has other values to it because it involves brand money, TNT money, or whoever they're going to have TV rights for next year. So.
Problem is that finishes too early, so people don't care by the end. But come playoffs, you know what I mean?
I know this is off topic, but they should change that format as well. I thought that should be completely different. That shouldn't be regular season games. It should be a whole different entity like the playoffs. But
personally, for me, I would love if the in-season tournament was like they did away with conferences for that. In my opinion, that's where I think
that should be the 1 through 8
1 through 16, 1 through 8
style.
Okay.
That's what I thought they would have did, but they kept the conferences stuff, which I think they don't need to do conferences in season tournament, in my opinion.
How would you even just do a draw, like how they do the Champions League and the FA Cup? So like, you pick a name out of the hat, and then it's this team, Cavaliers against Memphis, for example, and then they play, and then you pick numbers out of a hat again. Is that how you would do it?
No, similar, like the group stage sort of thing,
yeah.
Where you do a draw to figure out who's in each group, yada yada yada, sort of thing.
I like what they have now, honestly. It's just that it's in conferences. I wouldn't mind if they expanded to all 30 teams, and it's teams like, Washington versus Utah, and it's like a bad team gets into the final 8, but to kind of see like a Cinderella story. But
But then that goes to 1110's point regarding. I mean, obviously, I know the playoffs is different, but travel for that could be chaotic as well, like mid-season.
That's why they should
But they usually announce this stuff before the season starts, right?
Yeah. Well, I think in October, something like
Adam
that.
Silver got a lot of nerds working for him, bro. They can figure that out, bro. Throughout the regular season, 82 game, like, come on, bro, you can figure it out. You know, make it work, Adam.
All right, that last night, the Mavs got the win over the Kings, 120-106. Again, this game was similar to the first game that we saw last night. Super duper unfortunate. I mean, whenever a team outscores a team 44-19 in one quarter, that's just embarrassing. Speaking of embarrassing, after the game, they just went on and they just fired their GM. Super duper unfortunate for him. You know, that team 2 years ago had some highs, and now you circle to 2 years later, they about to go through some real lows. And I said this a couple of weeks ago. The Kings are about to be right back to what we always knew they are, or who they've been. They ended their playoff drought of like 17 years or something like that 2 years ago. Mike Brown is out of there. Your franchise player that was homegrown, De'Aaron Fox, got traded. You had him paired with Sabonis. Now you're questioning if Sabonis is going to be a part of your future plans now, and you're going to be looking most likely to move off Sabonis this offseason. And then on top of having Sabonis still under the contract like the next 3 years or whatever, making $40+ million, you then have to deal with Levine and the money that he's making this season and his player option for next year. And then you just traded for DeRozan last year on the sign and trade, and then you did again a 3-year contract. DeRozan being there stunts to grow for Keegan Murray. Man, that's a lot, man. Keegan can't get his game off. Malik Monk, I don't think he's happy there anymore. The Sacramento Kings it's an embarrassment, bro. They're an embarrassing franchise to the NBA. They have not been good in a long time. They won't be good probably for the next couple of years, and now they have to hit a major reset. And I just don't know if anybody will still trade for Levine if he would happen to be up for whatever reason. And then I am questioning what Sabonis' market will look like. You know what I'm saying? Like, how good is Sabonis? How effective can he be on a championship team? So, the Kings, man, or Kings fans, I'm praying for y'all. It's a disappointing season for y'all. Y'all went 40-42 this year. Fired your head coach, who was loved in the community and also loved by De'Aaron Fox. Once Mike Brown got up out of there, Fox didn't want to be there no more. Not that he probably even matters to them or anybody else. But yeah, man, this is a disappointing season for the Kings. I don't even know where they go from here. They need a point guard. They need to move Sabonis. Can't do anything when you have Levine and DeRozan on your wings. I'm not saying they are bad players. It's just they're just not going to do anything as far as winning ball games and being an elite/good team, especially in the Western Conference. So, praise of the King fans. It's an embarrassment.
Shit, they couldn't do it in the East either.
Yeah, couldn't do it in the East either. You won 47 games. That's my glasses prescription. You won 47 games 2 years ago, and I don't even know if they touch 40 next year with all due respect. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about that game, bro. As far as that, I expected the Mavs to win. I thought their defense and the bigs were going to be able to have a good game when it comes to anchoring and their defensive game plans. And last night, you can see it. AD had 3 blocks. Gafford came on with 2 blocks, and the rim even Lively had a block. The rim protection was there. They had AD out on the perimeter, and when AD funneled some of the guys, or some of the guys went to the paint, Gafford was there to clean up. Lively was there to clean up. Klay Thompson shot the ball really, really well. He said he felt good to get over those demons that he had from last play-in game where he went 0 for 10. So shout out to Klay. What else? Brandon Williams and Dante Exum. Both guards come out the bench and gave him good minutes to where they didn't even have to play Spencer Dinwiddie. They don't even start a point guard. So good win for the Mavs. I think that game against the Grizzlies is going to be really damn good. If I had to guess, I think the Mavs probably beat the Grizzlies too, to be honest. Just how I'm feeling. I don't know how healthy Ja's going to be, how quick or good Ja's going to be moving, but I'm going with the Mavs over the Grizzlies, a little early prediction. But yeah, man, that's all I really got to say about that game and also the Kings in general. If anybody got anything to add as far as anything, just feel free.
DeMar after the game said this was like his worst.
Fuck Klay Thompson.
This is what he'd been through. What he'd been through this season has been the worst, like, of his 16-year career or whatever.
Damn.
That's what DeMar said after.
Damn.
Yeah, I was gonna speak.
I don't know what the Kings do. I don't know who gonna want who on that team. You know, Malik probably gonna have a market. Sabonis, I don't know what team is going to want him because as a starting 5, obviously that he's gonna cap what you can do defensively. So I don't know. Um, I saw a post on like Dunk Central saying like the Pacers have the best odds or whatever for bringing Sabonis back to their team or whatever, which is I don't know why they would do that, but hey, I guess. 80 looked good. You know, he had a rough start to the game, but I think he hit four threes, three, something like that. You know, his jumper was going. He was hitting a lot of contested shots. He had 3 6 from three. Um, the size of Dallas was just too much for the Kings. Like it was blow by, dunk, paint touch, whatever. It was just a big issue. And then Levine and DeMar, those guys don't really guard well, so they couldn't handle any dribble penetration and things like that. So I don't know. And then you know, fans hadn't even left completely. You know, the arena, and they already fired their GM or mutually agreed to part ways. Is what they said. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's rough over there for the Kings, bro. It's too bad.
Yep.
It's crazy
And I do.
how things can change really quickly. You know, so gotta capitalize on the moment that you have, bro.
I hate when lower
Definitely.
market teams, not only in basketball but just in general, do this. They have great drafting, good young core, good fan base. They look like they're going in the right direction, and then they do this. They trade for borderline star players, and they blow it up. They're going to blow it up. They have no direction. Their first round pick, I believe, is going to be owned by Atlanta now because they're out of the play-in. So that is now Atlanta's
Actually,
pick.
there's a scenario where they could keep their pick if the Heat and the Mavs make it in. I think they have a
Yep.
shot that they can keep their
Oh,
pick.
really? Okay. So
Yeah.
Yep.
they need those two to win. So it's 50-50 right now if they have their pick. They don't have their 2029 first, I don't think. They are losing capital. Sabonis, again, like Ev said, there's not really a market for him right now. We don't know if there is going to be one. There's definitely not a market for Levine or DeMar. I just hate when these bottom tier, low market teams do this because they shouldn't have done this. This was a bad move, not only to get these players, but to fire your head coach in the season when he was a good head coach. I just don't get it. That this is one of the problems, not just with the NBA, but with sports in general, is that these teams do this, and it just ruins teams. It ruins fan bases. It ruins cultures, and we've seen it with the Sacramento Kings. We'll definitely see it with more teams in the future. But this was disappointing because you saw the crowd there last night. They were in it. They were there. I think it was a sellout. But to watch that, that's garbage. It's just I hate it. I hate when that happens because that's a good team over there, a good fan base, and it's ruined. So now they're going to tear it down. They're going to rebuild again, and they're going to be back to the bottom of the barrel in 2 years. So we'll see. But yeah, just it's disappointing to see what happened in Sacramento.
Yeah, just watching this game, it was a bad, bruh. They had niggas from Mavericks, G Leaguers giving them buckets. Like I don't know what happened. I'm seeing Davion Mitchell play well. I'm seeing everybody that leaves Sacramento, they're just blossoming. Everybody that plays, this is like a dark cloud. Like I'm not gonna say they on the Pelicans, like jinx, like curse type shit, but like this shit crazy because like anybody that leaves Sacramento, they be hooping, they be doing their thing, and I'm like, why they get rid of this guy? Why they get rid of that guy? I don't know. It's like there's a lot of missteps from management, and there's an article that just got released. The ownership has more pull than the GM. When that is the case, we can see why there's missteps. Ownership should never outpower. Yo, let's get this guy because he's in the trade scenario. Oh, let's get this guy. Let's get that. Let's get rid of that guy. It's just like, bruh, let the GMs do what the GMs do. It was mutually agreed. The GM for the Kings was gonna quote unquote step down. He got another opportunity, might be in Houston, where he got a real relationship with Stone. He's probably gonna get another shot at it. But the Kings other guys, shit, it might be a clean sweep, top to bottom. Everybody might be free. You feel me? Sabonis, Levine, Malik, Keegan, what's it called? Everybody. I think they try to, rebuild, retool. Like even the trade for Halliburton, like they had a potential young star, and people at that time was like, "Bro, what are you guys doing?" There's so much missteps that nigga it's gonna take probably like an hour long. Firing your coach, not even nigga. Mike Malone said it. There's no balls. You call him and fire him when 10 minutes before that he was practicing with the guys. You telling me face to face you couldn't fire your coach? I don't know, bro.
You said some real stuff. You definitely said some real stuff. D Farrell, what's the word, my boy? Appreciate you being on Twitter. Will the Kings always be stuck being mediocre? I said this last night. It's sometimes you fans, or when you fans of certain organizations, you just know y'all just never gonna be one of them type of teams. With all due respect, like let's be real. Any of us in here expecting the Nets to be one of them type of teams in the
Yeah,
foreseeable future? Any
unless
of
they
us in here?
What
You
you
said
mean,
what?
flag about to be drafted
yeah,
here, bro?
unless they get that number one pick.
If they get blessed with that, if they get blessed with that, yes. Same to the Jazz. If the Jazz get blessed with that, yes. If they don't, though, I don't know. We'll see. But some team, it's going to take a real long time, and you need to do real. You got to be real strategic with your draft picks, with your assets, and also you got to know how to really lay out a foundation for how you want to build your certain team or build that team. And I think a lot of teams mess up with that. Uh, sometimes teams try to rush the process. Sometimes teams try to hold on to picks and overuse picks. Keyword overuse picks that messes up the process. So, I mean, it's a lot, man. It's rare for a team, not rare, but some teams get it, some teams don't. So I do think the Kings will be mediocre for the next 5 years. And I'm curious to see who their next star/superstar player they may land because they had DeMarcus Cousins, and we know how teams was built around him. They had De'Aaron Fox, and we know how him and Sabonis was as a pairing, and where they capped out and reached, at their highest or best. And now they're stuck with Levine, DeRozan, and Sabonis. That's a terrible makeup. Levine, DeRozan, and
I
Sabonis is a terrible
don't think
makeup.
they'll get better until ownership changes
Yep, I
because
agree.
the owner's calling the shots. He's not letting the basketball people do their basketball job. So if that's going to continue to happen, then they're going to continue to be stuck in this cycle, which is what has been happening in Sacramento for years now. So
Yep. So they've been getting good players. They get good young players. They just shit just happens. Shit just don't go their way. So I do want to ask y'all though, if anything though, what do y'all think is next for the Chicago Bulls? Where do the Bulls go from here? I know we sort of kind of were just answering some Kings questions, but where do the Bulls go from here? After losing to the Heat last night.
I hope they don't pay Giddy a crazy contract. I hope they don't. That's the
Mm,
first thing.
What's their pick situation?
I can't hear you, High Life.
I said, what's their pick situation looking like for the next couple years?
I think they traded one pick to Orlando. I don't know if it's this year or next year for the Vucevic trade.
That's probably next year. I think they have their pick this year. They're in the lottery. Their pick is in the lottery.
Yeah, they got their pick back from the Kings in that Levine trade. So that was the best thing that they did, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, aside from that, obviously put all your eggs into the Giddy basket, and Kobe White, and just see what you can do from there. Honestly, because it's not like they're going to be able to attract.
I don't know if you put your eggs in Kobe White. I think you look to trade him potentially. See what you can get.
Try and get someone better than him.
No, like get draft capital or whatever. Accumulate that.
I just don't think they do well with that stuff anyway, unless they do it naturally. Sorry, what am I saying? I don't know, man. I mean, I've been saying that I think they're cursed for all their years of dominance in the 90s. So I don't know what direction they can really go in.
I seen a tweet that said, "Oh my bad."
No, go on.
No, I seen a tweet this morning actually that said that we all know Chicago. Well, not we all know, but Chicago is one of the better teams when it comes to having most fans at their home games. Right? They're always one of the top sellers and tickets and things of that nature. So they said that ownership keeps a mediocre team or average team because fans always come to the games. And if they would have just have like a flat out horrible / terrible team, they'll probably lose some of them ticket sales. So they're not tanking the right way. Like somebody just said in the chat, they need to tank the right way. So I don't know. Maybe that can play a part into it because the money is still rolling in. They're still one of the teams that at the top when it comes to ticket sales for games or home games, whatever the case may be. So maybe that is a factor. And they just don't even care about trying to be. I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's just a little think piece. It's a random little thing that I saw on Twitter today, but it sort of kind of makes sense. I don't know because the Bulls been stuck for the last, I want to say like 5 years because they got Levine and DeRozan around the same time, like 4 or 5 years ago. So
When's
they've
the
been
last time
stuck.
they made the playoffs? Like,
That's a good question.
I think it's been a lot.
The year it
The
might
Bucks. They
be
played the Bucks.
2022, right?
Yeah, they played the Bucks. I think.
Yeah,
Right?
they played
They
the
played the
Bucks
Bucks.
first round, and
Yeah,
DeMar
so
had
it's
his
Yeah.
only playoff moment.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's not even that long ago, but outside of that, I mean, prior to that, I don't remember the last time they were in it before that. But then again, bro, they're just in purgatory, man. They're just too good to completely tank, and not good enough to affect anything in the East.
No, I think they're good to take now. They got off Levine, they got off DeMar. Before then, they were stuck with those two guys, and nobody really wanted those guys. Now they're not there, so like you could lean into, hey, let's collect young guys
Okay,
with
so
potential and upside.
trade Kobe and Giddy, get some picks, and
I
then
don't
just
think they trade Giddy. No, I'm scared that they give him a crazy contract. That's the thing, because
what, like,
he's up for an extension.
Yeah, they're probably gonna give him like a team friendly, like maybe like 90 to 120 ish. That's what I'm guessing.
Now with the way he played post All Star break, I feel like they might think, oh, we got something here.
but does
He's not
Be
he?
getting
premature and give him.
He's not
the rookie
eligible for a
max.
supermax though, is he?
Nah, it's called a rookie max, and that's
No,
like
they're gonna try to give him 30, 35. I don't know if he should be getting that
I
much.
mean, there are worse players
I'll
out there
say
with that kind of
27.
money.
Just because there are worse players doesn't mean you should continue doing it, though.
I mean, I hear you.
But hey,
Juan, definitely that. They got
I
to
think
get
they
Pat
got to
Williams
get
out of
off
there.
Vooch. Yeah, Pat. Yeah, that
Yeah,
Pat contract looked real bad. And
terrible.
then Vooch, they finally got to get off Vooch. I think this summer. So we'll see what happens with that, though.
Yeah, it's time to let that guy
That's
go.
And then they'll be in the lottery this year, so we'll see where their pick land, and then they'll get some more young talent. So, but
yeah.
yeah,
I agree. Agree with most of the things y'all said. Pretty much I said the same thing about the Kings, for an example. I mean, for an extent. Just blow it up, head back to the draft eventually, try to get a low pick. But I have to see when they have their own first round pick again. But and then try to get another star player in the draft, So I don't know, man. I can't imagine being a Kings fan, bro. Like I only can imagine what Liz will say right now. It's tough, bro. I ain't gonna lie. From hearing how she was talking 2 years ago, and like Livingston says, fast. It's crazy how fast things changed. Imagine how down she would sound today. So that's that. Again, I got about call her in here. I don't know her at name exactly, bro. I know her playback name though. She said she got the playback notifications on, so I'm gonna see if she'll put up the playback. Again, I'm gonna move a little fast today because I gotta go on somebody's platform at 4 o'clock and record. Maybe we also got the mock draft at 6, so I want to prep myself for that. Vooch is a perfect replacement for Horford as a shooter wise. Not a defender like
If
Horford
Bruce
though.
don't make that money, he'll be
John
nice
Doe,
behind
you do
Wemby.
not want
But
Vooch, brother.
hey, what's it called? How many rounds we doing in the draft, Ed?
Up to 4.
You think a
Up to
little no
4.
more?
Four.
You think
Four. That's it.
like you don't know one
Yeah.
round?
I had said 7. Niggas was like, whoa, 7. Oh my
Nah,
god.
you should do 7. No, you getting all these people together. You can't have them do 4 rounds and go home. What the heck?
So, up to 4 gang. That's what the people said. That's what Ari said it is. I think it's like some site where you do up to 4. So my hand and
Nah, I
shit.
feel that. It's cool either way.
Everybody that's in here, yeah, man. Somebody get lit into the playback. Everybody that's in here, make sure y'all pull up the playback. Jordan Woods. I just added that color badge yesterday, so I see what it looks like. I gotta remove the light from the background, but okay, I see what it look like. That means you had 6 months, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's 6 months, gang. This is the 6 month, I think. We real, bro. Appreciate the support. Everybody that's in here, y'all do not forget to pull up the fact and stats on playback. I'm moving fast to playback today because I already told you I have to move. I want to prep myself to have as much time as possible to go into this other person's platform in 4 hours or something like that. So I know this activity everybody do is going to take about 2 to 3 probably, or whatever the case may be, maybe even shorter. And I won't be mad at it. But either way, no NBA today. So we'll be probably watching baseball later on. But also do not forget to pull up to Fact and Stats Playback Room at 6 o'clock. Fact and Stats Playback Room at 6 o'clock for mock draft. Today, 6 p.m., we're doing our own NFL mock draft for all 32 teams up to 4 rounds. If you want to represent the Broncos, Packers, Colts, Raiders, Jaguars, Chargers, Dolphins, and or Seahawks for the draft, make sure you all reach out to me, or you can comment in the chat on here or on playback, and I'll definitely assign you to that team. Again, 6 p.m. Eastern time, Fact and Stats mock draft. Pull up. Looking forward to seeing you all, and also myself, seeing who people draft and learn about some of these college prospects and things of that nature. So, speaking of playback, I will see y'all in playback right now. The show about to transition to playback. As soon as we get to playback, we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday, and that's with previewing some series. So we got Bucks and Pacers to preview, Clippers and Nuggets to preview, and Pistons the Knicks to preview. We're going to rank the 10 best players in the series, and also rank who we believe the X factors will be in the series for both teams. So we got 3 teams to do today. Thank y'all for all the support across YouTube. 1,000 subscribers is still crazy to me. So I'll see y'all in playback right now. The playback room is starting right now. I'm about to drop that link into the chat for you all. And thank y'all for always coming to the YouTube, man. It means a lot, man. The playback room is dropping right now. Playback.tv. I should start it right now, man. Playback.tv/facts and stats. The show is not over. It's just transitioning. Playback.tv/facts and stats. Make sure you all subscribe to Facts and Stats on YouTube. I'll see y'all in playback again. I will continue to make sure I stay active on YouTube, get more clips from the shows and things of that nature. Playback.tv/facts and stats.